Yo, what's up, dudes? In this video, don't mind the hand wraps. I actually am at the gym right now. Well, waiting for a friend, so I'm making a video in the parking lot real quick. But anyways, in this video, we're gonna be diving into mistakes I made with girls throughout my life, and yeah, I just want the purpose of this video really to showcase mistakes I made, so you can learn from them, and also to show that hey, it's okay to make mistakes because we're all human beings. Okay. And starting off when I was younger, man, I was just super shy when I was younger. I didn't really know like how to interact with girls too much. Like I just overthought it. I thought these I thought women were like a different species of people just different species. I'm sorry, doesn't make sense. Different species of people, but I just couldn't talk to them, man. I was so nervous. I thought they were like far superior to me. I just like this is me, of course, like in elementary, middle school, thinking this. Just thinking, well, at least not when I was young, like of course you don't care. I think the biggest thing, I remember back, I had my first crush in elementary school, and just like, I forgot, I think I told someone about that, and they started making fun of me, oh, I like this girl, and I just felt embarrassed, like, so I think that was the beginning of, my insecurities with them. So just feeling embarrassed about women. And then, back, so that started off, and then when I was in middle school, I switched schools like in the seventh grade, and then dude, these new girls who I like had to sit next to in class, they're friends, man, and they just wanted to make my life living hell. So this was like in seventh grade. So just saying all kinds of mean shit to me, and of course, I was very susceptible to like shit like this, I guess. So like I just didn't know to ignore it or what to do. So of course I internalized everything, thinking there's something wrong with me, and especially because one of the girls I thought was cute, the other girl, she was whatever. But it just really got to me, and it really fucking messed up my self esteem. And then, of course, that carried over to high school. And then, like, I just felt like my dating pool wasn't that big because, like, where I grew up, I was like one of the only few white people, which is like whatever. I like girls of all kinds of ethnicities, but where I grew up, I just felt like all the girls wanted to date guys who, were more of their own ethnicity. Like for example, I was in South Florida, like in the Miami Fort Lauderdale area, growing up. So um, all the girls who are Venezuelan want to date Venezuelans, and the Colombian girls want to date Colombians, this and that. And of course, I'm just some white boy. So I just felt like my dating pool just wasn't that big. So I just couldn't, I just didn't feel like I belonged, like where I grew up. I just felt like an outcast and whatnot. So, of course, that messes with your self esteem at a young age. And then, of course, how to kiss stuff in high school, but nothing crazy. Still graduated like a virgin. Which is okay, totally okay. I thought I was like a weirdest person ever because I graduated high school a fucking virgin. But dude, you're not alone. There's plenty of people who graduate high school virgins, and I don't think that's weird whatsoever. Um, then going on to like college, just all my insecurities stayed with me, and then I was still shy with girls. Didn't have much experience, and then of course I went to a school, different part of Florida, where all of a sudden, hey, the script has changed. I'm not the minority anymore. There's a lot of people just like me, so I kind of just like even though I felt like a blonde, my dating pool was all of a sudden very big because I went to a public university, and I was attracted to a lot of girls there, majority girls there. Yeah, I just my insecurities stay with me, man, and I felt like I was just like too robotic whenever I did interact with a girl I found attractive. And at this point, I was like reading plenty of stuff online, trying to find answers to my problems. And dude, I just like was too robotic in like how I interacted with women, and it probably scared off a lot of them away. And of course, like the ones that I didn't really care about were the ones that were all over me, and I feel like most of us can relate to that. And the thing is that you got to realize how you act around these chicks you don't care about versus the ones that you do care about. And just you realize, oh, cool, the girls that I don't care about, I'm not watching what I'm saying. I'm kind of saying what the fuck I want to say. I am, treating them kind of, oops, hopefully it didn't stop recording. Hopefully that didn't stop recording. My like low battery thing came on. Sorry about that. But anyways, like the girls I didn't care about, um, I just didn't really, yeah, I just wasn't robotic. I was very fluid. I didn't care what they thought, so I just came across as way more charismatic and funny, and this and that. And yeah, man, that attracts women so much more when you're like that. And then, of course, it took some time. So throughout college, I wouldn't say I was, I had definitely more success with women in college just by the sheer amounts of people you meet. But, I definitely wasn't good with the girls leaving college, that's for sure. But then after I left school and then, I moved to a different state, that's when I got to reinvent myself. That's when I was like, man, nobody knows me out here. I am, over back in Florida when I went to school, whatever, people, look at me a certain way or shy, whatever. Here, no one knows who the hell I am, so I can reinvent myself. And I think that's when the real magic happens. So if you're a dude, or just anyone in general, sorry, anyone in general, man, you can live such a great life. You got to get away from where you grew up. Okay, get out of your home state. I think that's one of the huge catalysts for my own growth was leaving my home state. And of course, I got into shape right before I moved to the new state I was living in. And then, man, just like this was back in the day. I think it was like 2017. Excuse me. So like, bro, like downloading Tinder and stuff out there, and I was just going ham, dude. And then all of a sudden, I like was hooking up with a bunch of girls out there, and that gave me a ton of confidence. And well, compared to how I was before, but yeah, just getting into shape, man. I think that was a huge thing too. Getting into shape and moving to a new place and reinventing myself was like a huge catalyst for my growth. And so even if you can't leave where you're from right now, get into shape, dude. That's such a huge thing for your own self confidence, how other people view you. You get more respect. You just life gets better, man, when you're in shape. Um, man, what else? But I still fucked up plenty of times, man. I still was like maybe coming across as needy with plenty of women. Like very much like throwing hail marys at times, especially these girls I'll meet off Tinder, throwing a hail mary, like, all right, well, I don't think she's interested, but let me try sending this stupid desperate text and seeing what's up, and that shit doesn't work, man. And it just fucks with your self esteem. So definitely don't do that. Um, Man, but I think just as you get older as a guy, man, I was able to learn from my mistakes and learn that hey, like the more chill I am, the less like coming off that I want something from them, the better shit gets, man. And especially as a guy too, the older I get, just naturally girls just like me more, man. You just every girl pretty much likes a guy that's older than them. Not depends how old or how mature the girl is, but some girls like guys a few years older than them, or maybe 5, 6, 7 years older than them. But definitely being older as a guy is a huge advantage. Okay, and I think it was a really good thing for me to do was just get older. But yeah, man, I'm still learning. I think the biggest thing too also is hop on Seamer attention. That thing really changed my dating life in a very quick amount of time. Do you just get more confident? Like right now, I'm almost at a month again on Seamer attention. Dude, I feel like a fucking $1,000,000, bro. I do better at the gym. I do better at work. People just give me more respect. I'm more charismatic, and man, I'm just more confident in general. That's the cool thing with Seamer attention. So you got to give it a shot. I know that, hey, if you never heard it before, it may sound funny, may sound weird, depending on how mature you are. But man, just don't bust your nut. If you're trying to get good with girls really quickly, guys, don't bust your nut. Stop hooking up with just anyone. Be more selective. Stop touching yourself. And I'm telling you, man, you just feel like a charged battery when you're on Seamer attention. Um, and what that led to is me going up and approaching girls. And once you know that you can go up and talk to girls at the store or whatever you find attractive, bro, your confidence goes up. And when you start like going on dates with these girls that you met at the store or whatever out in public, or you start hooking up with them or dating them, whatever you want, then you're like, wow, you're solidifying your head. Like, man, I can fucking do this. Like, I don't need no damn apps. I can create my own reality. I'm not waiting for shit to fall in my lap. That's how I used to do. I used to wait until something would fall in my lap. I would not go out and try to meet girls as often. But man, as I've gotten older, I'm like, fuck, dude, my time's kind of running out. And I just crossed into my 30s, so I started getting that. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not old at all. Still very young, but I just got that like feeling of like, man, time's not going backwards. We're only getting older here, so I got to go ahead and master, like take care of these fears and master myself now versus later. And guys, it's a game changer, man. Like I said, when you can approach girls and know that you can go get dates. Like say for example, you're off on weekends, You work Monday through Friday. You the confidence knowing that you can go out on the weekend and go up and talk to decent amount of girls, and then have dates lined up for the week after that. It's such a great feeling, man. And that way, like I said, delete those dating apps. They only mess with your head. They mess with your self esteem. Unless you're straight up pulling on those apps, man. I just feel like those apps aren't what they used to be. I felt like they're better back in the day. I just, got to the point where I was getting frustrated. I was like, man, I'm not liking the quality of women that I'm kind of being showed to, and I don't know, so weird. Um, but yeah, everyone's different. Maybe the algorithm on your app is doing better for you than it was for me at the end. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I guess the biggest things, guys, seam retention. If that is something I would have discovered back when I was in high school, I think my dating life would have been dramatically different, um, quicker. So can't recommend enough. That's why I make all these videos about that topic. No, it's not because I like talking about fucking semen, or it's not like I enjoy, really want someone, that I know to discover these videos, because it's kind of weird. And but yeah, I do it in the hopes that I can just reach one person and change their life, because they start taking up this advice sooner rather than later. So, anyways, guys, peace out. Subscribe.